Do you know who won the 2024 Phoenix Open? Yeah, neither does anyone who was there. The ever-popular tournament, famous for its loose atmosphere, was an absolute mess this year, with Nick Taylor's championship run getting overshadowed by excessive drunkenness and a whole lot of un-golf-like behavior. Like, we're talking shirtless snow angels in the sand trap kind of stuff. Yeah, it's no stretch to say that this was the rowdiest PGA tournament ever, and we're gonna break down the mayhem for you right now. Sit back, relax, and take this in. The Phoenix Open, a PGA staple since the 1930s, has for decades been referred to as the greatest show on grass. It's an immensely popular tournament where golf's buttoned up, prim and proper etiquette does not apply. And like many modern-day golf traditions, it was shaped in part by Tiger Woods. Though the TPC Scottsdale was already golf's most raucous course by the time Tiger burst onto the scene, a young Woods solidified that reputation with his brilliance in 1997. That year, Tiger drilled his first PGA hole-in-one on the course's famed 16th hole, and the crowd saluted the young star by showering him with empty beer cups. Since, the 16th at TPC Scottsdale has become one of the most electrifying holes in all of golf, and the Phoenix Open, which since 2010 has been sponsored by Waste Management Inc., has only gotten more popular and more drunk. In 2018, the last year that the tournament recorded attendance numbers, the Waste Management Open set a PGA record with 720,000 visitors. Along the way, they also set a single-day attendance record with 217,000 spectators. And boy do those crowds like to put them back. In fact, in recent years, the Scottsdale police started operating voluntary breathalyzer stations at the tournament in an attempt to crack down on potential DUIs. Additionally, the corporate boxes that come with open bars recently implemented a 10-drink limit per person. Bottom line, drinking is a huge part of the experience at the Waste Management Open, and even the players themselves have been known to get caught up in the frat party-like atmosphere. Just check out this footage from the 2022 Phoenix Open. It's a scene, man. The thing is, this year's tournament was, by all accounts, over the top. I'm talking off the rails. Where to start? I mean, there were fights breaking out in the stands.
Kick him in the nuts!
There were fans getting too wasted to stand. There were shirtless fans doing mudslides. And who could forget the snow angel in the sand trap? I think one-time European Tour champ Ben Ann put it best, calling the tourney a shit show and saying it was totally out of control on every hole. In fact, the crowd got so large and so out of hand that the tournament suspended alcohol sales and stopped admitting folks with tickets during Saturday's third round. Those decisions, it goes without saying, were not received well. And by Sunday, more than a few players had had enough of the madness, including Billy Horschel.
Buddy, when he's over a shot, shut the hell up, man. Come on, we're trying to hit a damn golf shot here. It's our fucking job.
And Zach Johnson.
Oh, don't sir me. Somebody said it. I'm just sick of it. Just shut up.
By the time Nick Taylor defeated Charlie Hoffman in a playoff for the championship, the 2024 Waste Management Open had cemented its place in history as arguably the most unhinged PGA tournament ever. And in the wake of this year's unprecedented debauchery, it feels like the so-called People's Open has gone from delightfully boisterous to downright problematic. Johnson, for one, said he wasn't sure if he'd play in the tournament next year, while Horschel suggested that the escalating rambunctiousness could end up alienating players en masse. Obviously, a potential boycott of the Phoenix Open, which isn't a signature event and therefore doesn't require the tour's top players to participate, would be a big problem for the PGA. It's worth noting that Rory McIlroy, for instance, didn't play in this year's tournament. At the end of the day, though, the Waste Management Open is a monster of the PGA's own creation. They've cultivated this unruly atmosphere by selling too many tickets, clearly overserving their fans, and then celebrating the ensuing madness on their social media platforms. And for the sake of the players, the fans, and the tournament itself, which in 2022 injected more than $450 million into the Arizona economy, by the way, it would probably behoove the PGA to tighten things up a bit at TPC Scottsdale.